guys, it's me, Dominique. Thank you so much for checking out my channel and checking out today's video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the pros and the cons of owning indoor rabbits. So if this is something that interests you, stick around and I hope you enjoy. So let's start off with the pros of owning an indoor rabbit. My first pro of owning an indoor rabbit is that they are cute, fun and cheeky pets to have. And this is probably the main reason why I've owned rabbits for around 20 years now. I just love having these guys. They're so cheeky, they're highly intelligent, so they know exactly what's going on. Don't be fooled by the cuteness of a rabbit. They know what's going on. They know when you're talking to them and probably when you're talking about them. I just love rabbits. They're fantastic creatures to have. Now, my rabbits are a mixture between free range and also living in pens. So I'm always talking to my rabbits. They follow me around the house. As soon as they hear the rustling of the food bag, they're running to see what's going on because they love food. Now, another pro that I would say, it's a mixture of a pro and a con, but pros is that they're quiet, they don't make noises, so they're not going to meow like a cat, they're not going to bark like a dog. The only time you will ever hear a rabbit make a noise is if they're upset. They will grunt and they will stomp their feet. So rabbits will stomp their back feet as a warning. They do that in the wild to warn other rabbits of danger being around. They also do that to try and scare off predators, hoping that predators will leave them alone. So they can stamp their feet at you if they're annoyed at you or if they're annoyed at each other. They will grunt as well if they're annoyed at you or annoyed with each other. The only other noise that rabbits can make is when they're in severe pain. So if a rabbit does grunt at you or stomps its foot at you, then just be wary of its body language, but usually a happy bunny is not going to stomp its foot at you. Having rabbits indoor with you is also great because you can pay attention to what's going on with their health and their behaviour. If a rabbit gets ill, they tend to go downhill really quick. Top sign, if a rabbit is ill, it will be hunched up in the corner, it will become lethargic. So having a rabbit indoor, you can actually see the rabbit, see its behaviour, see is it doing its daily things, and if it's something out of the ordinary, then that's when you can catch illnesses really quickly and you can take them to the vets and get vet advice. Rabbits, as I said, can go downhill in a matter of hours. So the sooner you catch any illness or any differences with their behaviour that doesn't sit well with you, the better. One pro that I absolutely adore about having my rabbits indoors is that I can interact with them. I can see them happy, I can observe them, I can watch them running around. When rabbits are really happy, they do something which is called a binky, and they also do something which is called a bunny 500, and it's really funny to watch them zooming around the house when they're really happy. Now, the cons of owning indoor rabbits. My first con is that rabbits are crepuscular. So be mindful of where in your home you keep them. A crepuscular animal is active at dawn and dusk. So that means that they're going to wake up pretty early. So if you wake up early, that's great. But if you have them in your bedroom and you don't wake up early, that rabbit's going to be awake and probably going to wake you up. So that is a con. Make sure that you have a rabbit somewhere where it might not wake you up in the morning. My rabbits live downstairs and they're not allowed in the bedroom at night time because they do actually jump on the bed to wake us up. So they are completely shut out of the bedroom and they are shut downstairs. Another con of owning a rabbit, of course, high maintenance. Rabbits can be destructive. If you have watched my What It's Like Living with an Indoor Rabbit video, then you would have seen Napoleon trying to be a little bit destructive. As I said in the pros, rabbits are very cute, fun and cheeky animals, but their teeth never stop growing, so they like to gnaw on things. So you need to make sure that they have things to chew on and play with that will help keep their teeth down. Of course, feeding them lots of hay will do that anyway, but giving them lots of toys is a good way to keep their teeth trim. You want to make sure that there's no wires around. You want to make sure there's nothing that they can chew through that's valuable to you, such as shoes and clothes. I've had a lot of shoes. I've had designer shoes and designer bags chewed through by rabbits. I've even had Beats by Dre earphones chewed through. rabbits don't play. They love to chew. So a top tip, if you're going to have rabbits indoor, make sure that you bunny proof your home. Make sure that you keep anything away from them that they could destroy. They're going to try and get into things, on things, jump over things and chew through things. So just be wary of that. If your rabbit is not neutered, and more than likely if it's a male, then they might spray, they might wee in different places. So litter training them, if you're having them free range, is a big deal. Now again, if you've seen my indoor with rabbits video, Napoleon was a cheeky little rabbit. He was good at using his litter tray, but he also liked to poo pretty much everywhere. And at the time I owned Lady as well, and she was really bad. But now I have Lady, Prince and Blue, and majority of the time they will go in their litter trays, but they do still have the odd accident of poo every now and then. All three of my rabbits will all use their litter trays to pee in. So if it's a young rabbit that's never used the litter tray and doesn't really understand, then training them might take a long time. So just be wary that this is something that you're going to have to work on. Having them neutered or spayed will definitely help with that behaviour as well. Another con is that if you don't keep on top of cleaning out the rabbits, there can be an odour. Now I use litter trays with puppy pads, cat litter, which is recyclable, and then I will use hay on top. And these litter trays get cleaned out every couple of days. I like to keep on top of it. Sometimes I will do it every single day, but it is a lot of work having 3 rabbits to clean out their trays. So this is something that you have to be mindful of, is how often are you going to clean out those rabbits? What substrate are you going to use? Now a lot of people use things like sawdust or wood shavings. I do believe that those are not recommended. I can't remember which one it is or if it's both, but they're not recommended. If I get the information, I'll just put it here. So just be mindful of the sort of substrate that you might use in litter trays for your rabbits. I tend to use recyclable cat litter and puppy pads with hay. And it's really easy for me to clean out their litter trays, and the puppy pads and the cat litter does help to absorb any pee to make sure that there isn't much of an odour. So my final con of owning indoor rabbits is space. Rabbits do like to exercise. Just imagine a rabbit like a small dog. Can you provide the required space for rabbits in your home? What type of enclosure will you keep them in? Will you keep them in a large cage? Will you have a pen? Or will they just free range and have something quite small as a little house? My rabbits have 6-foot pens and they free range. I'm not a big fan of rabbit cages. I have got rabbit cages as backup enclosures and I have used them in the past. However, to shut a rabbit in, it's just not enough space. Rabbits need to be able to hop a certain length to have that required space. So if you're thinking of getting a cage and shutting them in a cage, I personally don't agree with this, and it's not recommended standards here in the UK to have them in a confined space. There is the motto, a hutch is not enough, which is for rabbits that are usually outdoor, but it still applies indoor as well. So consider the amount of space that your indoor rabbit is going to have access to. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching today's video, and I hope it has helped you if you are considering rehoming a rabbit. If you do have any questions or comments, please leave them down below. If you are a rabbit owner as well, leave some information down below as well, because that will help everyone to look after rabbits in the correct way. I know I said there are cons to owning rabbits, but I have to be honest, I really don't care about the cons because I love them. And if I didn't love owning rabbits so much, I wouldn't have owned them for 20 years. So I really do hope that this video has given you some insight into owning indoor rabbits. So thank you for checking out this video. Don't forget to give me some thumbs up, leave a comment down below and hit that subscribe box if you want to become part of Team Dominique. And hopefully I will see you all in my next video. See you later.